Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Wednesday and it is June 5th. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully, fairly good. Nice day, hopefully. Nice week ahead. We have all kinds of news going on. So, hopefully, we'll have some pretty decent moves this week. We had some pretty decent dollar news coming out today. We also had Canadian news coming out today, as you can see. Yeah, it's been a pretty busy day for sure. We had Canadian interest rate news, which they ended up lowering interest rates by 25 basis points. And then we had IMS manufacturing PMI, which this is actually very, very positive for the dollar. This is 53.8. That's actually very, very positive. Anything over 50 is supposed to be considered, not anything below 50 is supposed to be considered, recession territory. So the fact that we're coming out of the 50s and, coming into the mid 50s is actually very, very positive for the dollar and the whole U.S. economy, really. And this is all over today. We have the press conference is probably just about over too. That started at 3:30. I'm sure by now it's pretty much over. Also, tomorrow we got the European interest rates, but they also plan on lowering their interest rates by 25 basis points tomorrow. As you can see, they plan on going from 4.5 to 4.25. Not really much for dollar news tomorrow. We got PMI for the Canadian. We got PMI, construction PMI for pound. Also got parliament elections starting Friday, but I think the final votes come in on Sunday. But those parliament elections, I feel like are potentially a pretty big deal for the euro. I would imagine that the euro pairs are probably going to be pretty wild the next few days over that. And Friday is non-farm payroll and unemployment rate and unemployment change for the Canadian. But non-farm payroll is definitely a really good news event normally. Normally, that's actually a very predictable news event and a very, very good one to trade. And one of the most important things that the dollar is really going to be waiting for now is next Wednesday on June 12th, we have FOMC meeting. We got FOMC interest rate, federal funds rate coming out next Wednesday on June 12th. And the forecast isn't out yet, but the interest rate in the US is right now 5.5%. And with Europe most likely lowering their interest rates, and with Canada lowering their interest rates, and with that very, very positive news that we had today for the dollar, kind of makes you think that they probably will try to lower interest rates, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know. We're going to have to see what the forecast says coming next week because Powell has been saying ever since this started, pretty much 2 years ago, that they were not going to lower interest rates until we got below the 2% inflation. And I'm pretty sure we're still right around 3% in CPI, so I'm not really sure. I honestly kind of feel like they may not lower interest rates just because of what Powell said almost 2 years ago. But with everybody else lowering interest rates, it does seem like it could be possible that next week the dollar ends up lowering their interest rate 25 basis points also. But definitely tomorrow we got all kinds of good news. We got a lot of good European news next week. Tomorrow, I mean, and see Friday we got non-farm payroll. So definitely a very busy week. We got a lot going on this week. Definitely. So I like to do these live streams so that way it gives the people a chance to interact with the audience. We get a good chance to take requests from the audience. A good way to say thank you for everybody that likes and subscribes to my channel. So I am going to be taking requests from everybody in the audience. So anybody that has something they would like me to look at, definitely put in the chats. I will be starting off all these live streams as looking at the dollar index and then the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and I'll also be taking a look at gold. Once I look at those four pairs, we're going to start taking requests from the audience. So if you're watching this on YouTube, then definitely put your requests in the chats on YouTube. If you're watching this on Discord, which I also do stream on Discord, then definitely put your chats on Discord also. Also, if you haven't done so already, definitely join my Discord community. You can join my community itself 100% free. You never do have to pay a dime if you do not want to. You definitely can join my membership at my website so you get access to my daily um, live trading sessions and live analysis sessions. And you also get access to my swing trade setups. So if you would like to check out more about that, then you can check out my website, which is fxpipcollector.com. So anyways, let's start off by checking out the US dollar index, and then we are going to start taking requests after we look at the euro dollar, pound dollar, and gold, and then we'll start taking requests from the audience. Everybody always requests those three pairs anyway, so I think it's a good idea to definitely look at them. Oh wow, let me get rid of this on the higher time frames real quick. I don't even want it on the daily. So I'm a big believer that the dollar is going down for now. I'm not really one of those people that thinks the dollar is going to go up. I do think there's a good chance it will go up, but I think it's probably not going to go up until like next year or something. I personally think that we're in a wave C right now. I think this is a wave A. I think this is a wave B. I think we're currently in a wave C, which is likely to go down to one of these lower Fibonacci levels. So I'm definitely very bearish on the dollar still, which I've been bearish on the dollar for a very long time still. One thing you have to notice about the dollar index is we do have at least 5 waves down. We actually have 6 waves down now. But I don't really concern myself with how many waves the market makes. The market definitely does like to make 5 waves and 3 wave patterns, but I mean, I've seen trends with way, way more than 5 waves. I've seen 7 wave, 9 wave, pretty much name the amount of waves, and you could get you could get 19 wave trends, you can get 20 wave, 21 wave trends. The amount of waves is not important to me. The shape of the pattern is important. This shape right here tells me something. So anyways, we did finally break out of this channel too. So that's a pretty good sign for the bearish analysis. Hopefully all we're doing right now is a channel retest. I mean, we came right back up to the channel today. I'm hoping that this is just a channel retest and that potentially this is going to start a move to the downside. I definitely think there's a good chance of it. It's just whether or not it's going to make a bigger correction or whether or not it's going to start a move down right now is the question. And like I said, that news today was actually very, very positive for the dollar, which would you would think make the dollar go up. But you have to keep in mind, positive news for the dollar is probably making people think that next week on Wednesday, which is the 24th of June, is federal funds rate next week. A lot of people are probably thinking this positive news is going to mean that they're going to lower interest rates for the dollar. If they lower interest rates for the dollar, there probably is a really good chance that they will end up um, most likely the market will take that as negative news for the dollar. Raising rates is probably going to be negative for the dollar, and it will probably cause the dollar to go down. So even though today's news was positive, a lot of people are probably taking it as a sign that next week during the federal interest rate news, there's probably a pretty good chance that next week the dollar will push down if they do end up lowering rates. So we are definitely going up right now. There's definitely no proof that it's really going down yet. I would have to see this, turn into like a complete reversal, turn into like an engulfing move to the downside before I would totally be willing to change directions and say that this right here is the end of an A, a B, and a C correction. Definitely looks to me like an ABC correction. It looks to me like we're just doing a channel retest and potentially this could end up turning down over the next day or so. I think it's very, very likely, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It kind of depends on whether or not Powell is going to stick to his word or not, because Powell said he was not going to cut interest rates until we got closer to that 2% inflation. And we are still, I think, right around 3%, I believe, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure that we're still right around 3% or maybe 2.9%. I forget exactly what the CPI was last time. I thought it was 3.1, but maybe that was somebody else's CPI. So, anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking at this as potentially a correction. I'm definitely still watching these fib levels. If this does turn into an engulfing move to the downside, then I would definitely say that's the end of a correction, and I would definitely go short the dollar via the dollar pairs. So if I'm shorting the dollar, that means I'm going long on the dollar pairs. The euro, the pound, the Aussie, Kiwi, short maybe the Cad, the Swiss. So, anyways, let's go check out the pairs. And then, like I said, once I finish looking at the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and gold, I will be taking requests. So, if anybody would like me to look at something, definitely put in the chats. And I will do it in order from top to bottom. And we'll look at basically anything that anybody would like me to look at. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Tom, I can't remember. Tim or Tom. So, yeah, the euro dollar. Now the euro dollar definitely does have a little bit of that one, two, three, four, 5 wave look to it. Tim, that's what I thought it was. Tim, okay, sorry. I have a bunch of friends named Tim, so I should be easy to remember that. So, anyways, the euro dollar definitely has that one, two, three, four, 5 look to it. You would think just based on that alone that the euro dollar would go down and break structure and potentially start a big old wave two. Like this would be a wave one, this would be a wave two, and this would go up for a wave three potentially in several weeks. But I honestly do not think that's going to happen. I think that is the least likely scenario. A lot of times when you get turns on like the weekly, the monthly, or even the daily time frame, you'll see what looks like almost a perfect five-way pattern, and you'll be saying to yourself, "Ooh, that's going to go down, that's going to break structure, it's going to make an ABC, and then it's going to continue up later on." But in reality, because this is the end of a crescent on such a high time frame, a lot of the times what happens is what my old mentor would call a blasting effect, which basically means that it looks like it should turn down, which it does turn down, but what it ends up doing is making another higher low and just making continuing to make those higher highs and higher lows. I think it's a pretty good possibility that this is not going to go down and break structure and that this is going to make another higher low and just keep on going up. Hey Menu, how's it going, buddy? So going down to the 4 hour time frame is where I got my Fibonacci retracement on this move right here from here to here. I am definitely looking at this as a correction potentially to the uptrend. I think this is possibly a 1, 2, 3 like an ABC. Now, I definitely wouldn't take it as a long yet, but I mean, if this reverses at one of these fib levels, I would definitely take it as a long. I am really not convinced that this thing is going down in a big way. I think there's a pretty good chance we're already in a wave C by the looks of it. I think there's a very good chance this is a wave A. I think there's a very good chance this is three waves up for wave B. I think we're already in a wave C. It could literally respect the Fibonacci level. It could literally just end up doing that, and it likely could just keep on trending up. Or maybe what's more likely is that maybe it goes down to like the 50%. Either way, we should better recognize it. How? Because you'll see a nice big engulfing move if you see that go long. Or if you see this, like the double bottom at a lower Fibonacci level with a break of structure, then go long also. End up doing something like that. Oh, really? We could check out oil too, definitely. We had quite a bit of low level in the oil news today on the calendar too. I saw not on the Forex factory calendar, but on the MyFX book calendar. We had all kinds of oil news today. Probably is due for a pullback, isn't it? That Canadian news is probably affecting that oil too, because I mean they are extremely correlated. So I am definitely, I mean, if you're trading below the 1 hour time frame, if you're a scalper, I would definitely still be looking for shorts. It potentially could go down to the 50 or the 61.8, or potentially it could just keep on going down. But if you're more like a swing trader, day trader, kind of like I am, and you're trading the 1 hour and up, then I would be patiently waiting for either this to go long, or I would be patiently waiting for this to go long, whether it happens at the 50 or the 61%. I don't really care where it happens. I just know that when it does go long, I definitely will be ready for it, as long as it doesn't happen in the Asian session while I'm sleeping, I guess. So let's look at the pound. Oh, wow, look at the pound dollar. So the pound dollar to me is kind of the same story, except I honestly think the pound is a little bit more clear because I think this is very clearly a one, a two. I think that's an expanding flat wave two right there. And ever since we had the end of this correction right here, we have not broken structure to the downside. We have made higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. No break of structure. No break of structure tells me that we are most likely still in a wave three. I don't think we're in a wave four. I still think we're in a wave three. Yeah, I think Elliott Wave is definitely useful for all traders, no matter where you're at in your trading journey. Definitely. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, I'm definitely looking at this as possibly a correction. I got a Fibonacci retracement on the last push up. I'm looking for one, two, three waves down. I'm looking to go long at the end of three-way patterns for the continuation of the uptrend. Definitely join my Discord community. Even if you don't become a paying member, you can learn a lot from the community. And I do post trade ideas in the trade idea session. And you can learn a lot from the community for free by doing nothing but joining a community of like-minded traders. You're not going to get access to my daily trading sessions, and you're not going to get access to my swing trade setups, but you can learn a lot just by joining my community. And I do giveaways once in a while too. Last month I ended up giving away 100 USDT to a member, and yeah, I do giveaways all the time too. So definitely check that out for sure. 100% free to join. The link is actually up here. Yeah, the link is right here, fxpipcollector.com right there. Uh, discord.gd/fxpipcollector.com. Or that, yeah, I don't think you have to write .com, but yeah. So I'm definitely looking for longs. Boy, I'm really not sure if that's it though. I mean, I guess if it closes like that, maybe it is it, but boy, I would expect it to go down, take out that low. I was definitely expecting this to be a wave A. I would expect this to be one, two, three waves up for wave B. I guess if this closes all engulfing like that, then I would say it probably is a long, but I'd be a little bit careful because you would think that it would go down to at least a 61% before it actually did go up. I was thinking that it would at least go down, take out the low of wave A. Now, one thing we have to consider is that the wave C's do not always take out the low of wave A. Normally they do, but they definitely don't have to. Wave C's can definitely make higher highs in an uptrend and lower lows in a downtrend for sure. So, wave C's don't have to make new lower lows. Definitely not. All right, gold. Whoa, gold is looking pretty interesting. Wow. I definitely think gold is in a wave C. I am definitely calling this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I'm calling this move up right here potentially a wave B. And I'm still calling this move down right here potentially a wave C. And if we do get the end of a trend for this wave C, which if you really know a lot about Elliott wave, then you know how to identify the end of a trend. If I see a break of structure to the upside, I definitely think it's the end of a wave C, and I would definitely go long because my target on gold is still $2,550. I am still very, very bearish on gold. I still think this is a wave 3 on the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame. I personally think if we're heading up to the 161.8, which is right around the $2,550 area, just to end the wave 3. Wow, that's pretty impulsive, isn't it? For me, it's not over until it breaks and holds above structure. I mean, there's actually been a couple times where this looked like it was going to break structure. Right there, it kind of looked like it was going to. And right here, it kind of looked like it was going to. And it still hasn't. So until it actually breaks structure, the trend is definitely down in my eyes. And you will notice that this is lower high, lower high, lower high. This could easily reject structure and just keep on going down. But if it does break structure, I would definitely take it as a long on the first pullback. I would go long on the first pullback for the continuation of the uptrend. Maybe even put a couple limit orders there to catch the pullback. So we need to see either a break of structure to start looking for longs, or we need to see another, like a rejection of structure to go short again. Because technically, I think we should still primarily be looking for shorts. Now, don't get me wrong, there's definitely been some money to be made on a couple of these longs these last few weeks. There's definitely money to be made on some of those longs, but I think the bigger, better, easier money is still to the short side, at least until we get that break of structure. Once we get that break of structure and once it holds above structure, I will be looking to get in on the first pullback because that should be the continuation of the uptrend. Probably will head its way all the way up to about 2,500. So far, no break of structure, which means that you should so far technically be looking for shorts in a downtrend still. So, those are the top three viewed videos that I always want to make sure that I cover. I always start off my live stream by covering the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and gold. Those are definitely the most popular pairs that I always analyze, and those are the pairs that I definitely want to make sure that I always cover. But after that, I do start taking requests from the audience. So, if anybody would like me to look at something, definitely let me know. I would be more than happy to look at basically anything. I'm not really too, I mean, I'm definitely not a stock trader, individual stocks at least, and I definitely don't trade crypto, but I definitely will look at pretty much anything and at least give you my educated guess about what's going to happen. So put in the chats what you would like me to see it. I'll be more than happy to look at basically anything. I'm going to start off at the top of the list and work my way down, and it looks like Skywick, right? Yeah, the Skywick is in pretty much every single one of these live streams. So thank you for participating in all these live streams. Thanks, buddy. And Hammy is usually in these live streams too. So let's start off with the Aussie dollar because that was the first one on the list, and then we will also start working our way down. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, we'll look at the U.S. dollar CAD too, Tim. No problem. I just went short on the U.S. dollar CAD not long ago. Also, Now, being a part of my membership, which you become a member by joining my website, you do get access to my trading course, which is 35 videos long, and you also get access to all my swing trade setups. So far this week, I haven't taken that many swing trades. I took the dollar CAD trade, and I closed a bunch of trades from last week, as you can see, but I do average around at least 6, 8, 10, 12 trades a week on the members chats for trades that I provide to the group at the time of entry. I don't really like to call them signal trades because I really think that I think that everybody needs to learn to trade on their own. That's why I like to call it learn and earn at the same time, because hopefully while you're learning to trade by taking my trading course and participating in my daily Zoom meetings that I do every single weekday, hopefully while you're learning to trade, you can also be earning by following along with some of my swing trade setups. I do share every single swing trade that I take at the time of entry with my stop loss, and I also teach you how I scale out of my trades to become risk free very, very quickly, which I think is a really, really good strategy for changing your trading psychology in a very, very good way. I was definitely originally thinking that the Aussie was going to go down and make a big wave C, but I'm honestly not really convinced about that anymore because of the way price is acting. I was thinking that this was an A, this was a B, and this was going to go down and make a wave C and then go back up, but this move down is definitely not impulsive. Price is not really being impulsive to the downside like you would expect out of a wave C. So I mean, I had this labeled as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I definitely thought this was a wave A. I have this labeled as 1, 2, 3 waves up because it definitely is 3 waves up. Looks like a wave B. If this goes up and breaks structure, I mean, it's probably still a wave C. It's probably just a way higher high wave C, and it's probably just going to keep on trending up. I'm definitely still very, very bullish. I still think there's a very good chance this is going to go up. Now, I was definitely originally a 1, 2, and it was going to go down, make a 3, 4, 5 of wave C, which I think is still possible. I mean, it would make for a much, much clearer pattern if it did do that. But one thing we have to keep in mind, just like what I was talking about on the euro dollar and pound dollar analysis, is when you have a turn on the very high time frames, which I do think this is a turn on the weekly and monthly time frame, when you have the end of a correction on those very high time frames, the market does this on those high time frames, and because of that, you get what I always was taught was the blasting effect, which basically means you think that the market's going to go down and make a nice big proper correction, like a nice big ABC correction like this, but in reality, because it's such a big turn on such a long time frame, it continues to make higher highs, higher lows. This could easily make a higher low, turn up, break structure, and just keep on trending up. There's definitely no proof that's happening yet, but boy, it doesn't really look too good for the bearish scenario, does it? I was definitely thinking this was going to be a 1, 2, and it was going to go down for wave 3. I'm not short on it or anything because I'm definitely waiting for the longs. But boy, if this goes up and breaks structure, I would definitely say this is the end of a correction. And this is actually potentially not even a wave C. It potentially would just be an ABC correction to this last push up right here. I mean, honestly, this move down right here is a trend, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could actually be a wave A right here. This could already be the wave B. This could already be a wave C. And this could be an uptrend like a wave 1. This could potentially be like a correction to that, like a wave 2. And it could potentially turn up for a wave 3. Now, like I said, I would be cautious about trying to go long now because it definitely looks like it should be going down. It looks like this should be a wave C, and it looks like it should be in a wave 3 like this. It really looks like it should do this and then turn back up, making a wave C. So just be a little bit cautious about going long without any confirmation. For me, confirmation is always break of structure on the correctly tuned time frame. So, uh, so anyways, let's keep going, and we'll keep going. Let's see what's next on the list. I think the pound cat is next from Carl, and Carl is another person who is in pretty much every single one of these live streams. So thanks a lot, Carl, for showing up, buddy. I really appreciate the support. Actually, I think you were the first one to request something. So honestly, I should have done your pair first. We had that Canadian news today, which definitely did cause a little bit of a reversal eventually, but boy, I'm pretty bullish on this thing. I'm definitely pretty bullish. I honestly think this could be like a wave one, and this could be like an ABC of two, and we could be in a wave three right now on the weekly time frame. If we're in a wave three on the weekly time frame, this thing has a long ways to go to the upside, definitely. Now, don't get me wrong, we definitely have five waves here. One, two, three, four, five. But we have no lower high. We have no breaker structure to the downside. We have no proof at all that this thing is going down in any significant way at all. And I know a lot of people in my group are actually long on this. And there's a few people that have been long on it for a couple of weeks now. Now it definitely does look like a one, two, three, four, five, and it definitely, just based on Elliott wave alone, I would definitely think that this would make a correction before it would go up, or possibly it would maybe even start a bigger correction because we haven't had a big, a decent sized correction like this in quite a while. I guess we had one right here, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely be bullish until we had a bigger structure to the downside. There's no doubt about that. It looks like it is trying to reverse, and like I said, I am short the U.S. dollar CAD, and I'm expecting that to go down. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it did go down and break this structure. But honestly, it probably should just be a correction to the last five waves. It might just end up making like a wave a wave B, go down, make a wave C, and then later on go back up. Do something like this maybe, potentially lasting maybe a week or so. But man, until this actually breaks structure, I wouldn't even count on that. I mean, this literally could make a higher low and just keep on going up. For me, the trend is never over until it's over. The market will prove that a trend is over. And I don't really have to guess when trends are over because the market tells you when a trend is over if you learn Elliott wave and you learn price action and you learn how to tune the frequency of your time frame. You're going to know when a trend is over. You're not really going to have to guess when a trend is over. So, I mean, I personally think identifying the end of a trend is not difficult really at all. And so far, we have no end of a trend, so I would definitely still be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. So let's see here. What do we got going on? We did the pound CAD, we did the Aussie dollar. We got to do the dollar CAD for Tim. I am pretty happy with my higher time frame analysis on this one. I spent a little bit of time on that on Sunday before the market opened. I think this is a 1, I think this is a 2, I think this is a 3, I think this is a 4, I think this is a wave 5 of wave A. I think this is an A of B, I think this is a B of B, and I think this is going to go down and make a C of B. And then I think it's going to go back up and make the bigger wave C. So I think that I definitely pretty much know what's going on the higher time frames. Now we definitely got a little bit of a mess on these sort of time frames, but I still think there's a little bit of clarity to this. Now, before anybody blows up my comments about how a ABCDE is supposed to be 3333, I definitely understand that. I've read, the Proctor book many times. I've read the Gerald Sanders book many times. I understand that. But my mentor definitely taught me that a wave A is often a trend, a wave B is often a correction, a wave C is often a trend, a wave D is often a correction, and a wave E is often a trend. Now I know that's not what the Elliott Wave book says, but you know what? The market breaks Elliott Wave rules all the time. I definitely do not get hung up on Elliott Wave rules. Another Elliott Wave rule that everybody always comments on when I say it is that this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time I show a trend like this, somebody will put in the comments, a wave 4 is not supposed to go into the territory of wave 1. I'm like, yeah, but have you ever looked at the markets? Have you ever like actually looked at the markets? Because it happens all the time, especially inside of a correction. So I think there's a very good chance this is a wave E. And I also think this is a very likely a downtrend like a wave 1. I think this is an A. I think this is a B. I think, and the part that really gives it away for me is that this is a trend. This is three waves, correction. This is a trend. This is three waves, correction. This is a trend also. We definitely don't have the end of a trend yet, but we bounced off that trend line. We took out the high. I think there's a pretty good chance that this is going to go down. Now, I'm not really convinced all the CAD pairs are going to go down. I think a lot of this is going to be caused by the dollar. I don't think it's totally going to be the CAD. But my overall target is actually pretty low. I don't know if I'm actually going to hold for this long, but my target is actually the 100% Fibonacci extension, which is actually 1.311. I probably won't hold that long. I might end up getting out before that and maybe getting back in, but that's my target on the move down for sure. I mean, theoretically, we should hold for that long, but whether or not we're actually going to, I don't know. It'd be nice, but I will probably be itching to take profits after I get to a certain point, that's for sure. So let's see. Let's keep going. What else do we have? We did the euro CAD, we the dollar CAD, we did the pound CAD. Let's go look at oil for Hammy. Oh yeah, oil is. I mean, it didn't go up much, but yeah, I mean, it was kind of obvious that this was starting a correction, and I definitely would think this is not over yet, though. I definitely think this is going to keep going down. I think we're in a wave C right now. I would expect this to go at least to the 78 Fibonacci extension. I actually am pretty happy with this count too. I did some work on this weekend too, and I actually posted this in my group under the free area yesterday because I think it's definitely right. I think this right here is a wave A. I think this is right here is an A or B. I think we're going to make an ABC, which is a B or B. And then I think we're going to go up to make a wave C or B. And then I think we're going to go down and make a big old downtrend. So I think there's a pretty good chance that we are going to go down. But I think this move down is a wave C, and eventually we're going to keep going up. I think we're in a downtrend, and I definitely don't think that downtrend is over. I would expect it to go down now. There's definitely going to be pullbacks along the way. You have to realize that no trend just goes like this. You know, a trend does, it's like waves of an ocean, like everybody says. It goes down and up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. It's like, just like everybody says, it's like waves in an ocean going in and out. So I definitely do think it is going to go down more. I'm not really expecting it to be over now. I think it at least needs to take out the low of wave A. It's probably not going to take out these lows. It's probably going to make a higher low, which is why I'm saying the 78%, not the 100% Fibonacci extension as my target. I mean, yeah, we're definitely in a correction, aren't we? I mean, it definitely looks like an ABC. I still think it's an ABC. One, two, three. It's just kind of messing around a little bit. It looks perfect to me. I mean, I don't really see any entry yet. On the 1 hour time frame, I'm not sure what time frame you were trading on. Maybe shorter than this. Yeah, maybe on the 30-minute time frame, I could see that being a false entry. That's one of the reasons why I'm not really a big fan of short time frame trading because, boy, they just one false entry after another. But I'm definitely looking at this as a potential 1, 2, 3 for another continuation to the downside trend. It may go up more. I mean, it could easily go up to here or maybe even a little bit higher before it goes down. But I definitely would be looking at it as a correction. I mean, probably the best thing to do would be to put your Fibonacci retracement on here. Look for a reversal at a Fibonacci level. Definitely would be the best thing to do in that situation, for sure. So yeah, let's keep going. And like I said, definitely join my free Discord community. It is 100% free to join. I put the link for that in the chats. It's in the description of this video, and it's in the chats. 100% free to join. You don't have to pay a dime if you never want to. Menu, you're pissing off the Streamlabs again. Your streaming Sundays. I don't know why you're pissing off the Streamlabs so much lately, but man, you definitely are, huh? That's funny. So yeah, let's go. That's just a robot. It's supposed to, anytime somebody uses capital letters or anything like that, it usually deletes the messages. So sorry about that. Let's go check out the Nasdaq. I'm gonna switch to this one because I don't really have my other ones quite ready to go yet. Nasdaq, wow, look at it go. It's ripping. I honestly think that these indexes have quite a ways to go to the upside. I mean, we're past the 78% Fibonacci extension. I would expect it to go up to the 100%. I think there's a pretty good chance this thing is going to look like that. I still think we're going to get a big crash, but I think potentially we're going to probably be several months away. Maybe a let's in the fall, or maybe in the spring when we potentially get a new president in the U.S., or potentially Babylon Biden continues to be president, but either way. Man, look how this thing came back down, retested the fib level, and then just took right off again. That's nice, huh? I personally would be looking for longs on the indexes 100%. Oh, wow, look at that. That is very, very, very clear. Wave A. Nice corrective. Wave B. I think this is kind of threw us off a little bit. I'm actually just starting to get to the point where I'm going to start trading these, but that little impulsive move up right there looked like the end of a crescent at the time it happened. And then it went down, stopped everybody out, and now it's continuing the uptrend. But yeah, definitely the ABC crescent, definitely a wave one, a wave two, and we're definitely in a wave three right now. So yeah, I would say pretty much 100% we're in a wave three, and I definitely wouldn't expect this to be over until we had a wave four and a wave five and a break of structure, which we definitely don't have yet. I honestly think that these things have a lot of upside potential. Where's that 100% at? Oh yeah, look at that. The 100% is all the way up to 20,560. So I mean, obviously it's not going to go up there in one straight line, but boy, I would definitely still be pretty bullish. That was not a bad look in the ABC correction today either. Look at that. Nice three ways down. Nice continuation pattern. Very, very nice. I would definitely be looking for longs. I would not go long now. I would only go long on pullbacks, but I would definitely be looking for longs. 100% for sure. So, yeah, let's see here. So, yeah, let's see. Let's keep taking me some requests. Let's see. We got Bitcoin now. I do analyze Bitcoin every single day. Every single pair on this list right here, I analyze every single day in the daily Zoom meetings that I do. Like I've been saying, every single day I do Zoom meetings for my premium members, every single weekday that is. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do a 90-minute London live stream. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do a 90-minute New York live stream. Probably closer to 2 hours, especially when there's news. And the main purpose of this is for analyzing and teaching, but we also take trades in these meetings all the time. And also, like I said, it comes with a trading course, and I do share every single swing trade that I take with the group at the time of entry. It is only $30 a month, and boy, you could make $30 pretty dang easily by following along with some of my trades, that's for sure. Yeah, Bitcoin I think is actually pretty clear right now too, honestly. And this is another thing I've been talking about ever since down here. I said this is the end of a crescent. I've been telling people in my group and during the meetings that that right there was the end of a crescent. I definitely think this is a one, two, three, four, and we're in a wave five right now. I think the 74,000 is going to be likely area. Maybe it goes up to the 61.8, but probably more likely that 50% is probably a more likely area for this to end up turning. I think. So let's go down to the sort of time phase. So first of all, I think this is a wave three right here. I definitely think that's a wave three. I think this is a wave four, and I think we're currently in a wave five. And I currently think we're in a wave five of wave five. So I'm definitely still pretty bullish. I don't really see any reason I think it's over. And actually, that's an extremely clear little crescent right there. One, two, three, four, five, A, B, C. The ending diagonal wave C. Look, one, two, three, four, five. Oh no, that's overlapping and I'm calling it five waves. That's breaking Elliott wave rules. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Man, you can't break Elliott wave rules. Five waves down, three waves. I'm sorry. Five waves down, A. Three waves up, B. Five waves down, C. Fibonacci level, engulfing up. Beautiful, beautiful entry. I would expect a $75,000 area to get hit, so I would definitely be looking for longs. Man, look at some of these pullbacks. Even Bitcoin mate loves these three-way pullbacks. One, two, three down, go long. One, two, three down, go long. Even right here, one, two, three up, go short. So yeah, I would definitely still be looking for longs. I would still be looking to get it all the way up to about that $74,000 area and potentially maybe even higher than that. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I agree, menu. Probably more likely another short coming on that, isn't it? So we already did oil. We already did the dollar CAD. Sorry, Tim. I just saw that comment on the dollar CAD. I didn't see that right away. The 129. I think I answered your question though. 131 is what I expect. 131 area is what I expect on the dollar CAD. Let's do the Nifty. Boy, I didn't ever realize how popular the Nifty was. Wow, Jesus, look at that. Holy crap. There's elections going on right now in India, right? I think that's why we got so much volatility. Man, look at that uptrend. Phew. Wow. That's one heck of an uptrend. Yeah, man, I thought that push down, that break of structure would hold because of the elections, but yeah, it rejected structure and now it's back into the uptrend. So, I mean, I would still be watching these fib levels for areas of resistance, but yeah, the next area of resistance is 23,565. I would like to, if this was like, if I could say that this was definitely a wave three, then I could give you a good target, but it's not. It's not technically the third wave. It's technically one, two, three, four, five. It's technically the fifth wave, but it's probably not the final wave. Wow, why does it look like it's at all-time highs there, but then you go here and it's not? That's strange. With that break of structure that we had, I was thinking that we were going to get another push down because it definitely did break structure pretty well. I was thinking that this was going to make some sort of an ABC now. It's definitely what I was originally thinking, and then I thought later on it would go up. But man, buying these dips is definitely a good strategy, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely still be looking for longs, no doubt about it. Definitely still looking for longs. How come I guess it's not, is it? How come the candle looks like it's right here on the weekly, but it's not? Price is way down here. Strange. The way this broke down, I would say that there is a good chance this is going to make a lower high and go down and make a wave C. So, I mean, it would be nice if it would because that would give you a much more proper looking ABC correction to sort. Or you could even sort the wave C, but potentially I would be waiting for the long. I'd be waiting for the wave C to be over and I'd be waiting to go long for the continuation of the uptrend, definitely. So let's keep going. Nifty, we did the NASDAQ. Let's see. Gonna hold for a fortnight. Yeah, I might have to. You sorted mom this morning? I don't even know what mom is. The Aussie Kiwi. I'm not really sure what mom is. Is that a stock or what is it? I have no idea. I'm not really much of a stock guy. I've actually never traded stocks in my life, so definitely not a stock guy. I personally think this correction is over on the Aussie Kiwi. First of all, I think this is the end of a correction. Impulsive down, either wave A or wave 1. And then we had an ABC up. I was thinking that wave C was going to make a higher low, but like I said, wave C's do not always make higher highs or higher lows. Definitely would say the wave C is over. Nice break of structure. Man, what a trend. Now, obviously, in these situations, I would say this is either a wave A or wave 1. I would say this is either an ABC of B or an ABC of 2. And I would say that this is most likely going to go down and make a downtrend, which is probably at least going to be equal to the size of this downtrend. So I would definitely expect to see another downtrend, another big downtrend. I was hoping to see a good pullback so I could get short, but so far it really hasn't done it. It gave us an ABC last week, 1, 2, 3 right there, and it gave us an ABC the week before that. But ever since then, nothing. Definitely looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would expect to see a pullback, and I would love to see another ABC correction there so I can go short again. But you can't look at something like this and say it's definitely going to make an ABC, but because it may not. It could literally just keep on going down like that and make an ABC later on. But when it does make a pullback, I am definitely going to have my orders ready to go, that's for sure. Whether it does it now or whether it does it later. Potentially, it could go down to this trend line. You know, it could literally just do this. and then hit the trend line and then making a big ABC and then later on continue down like a 1-2. So yeah, the trend is definitely down. I would definitely be looking for shorts. There's no doubt about that. Honestly, the last decent entry on this was definitely last week. I think there was a little bit of an entry today, but yeah, I wouldn't have gone short there most likely because it looked like a 1-2-3. It looked like a wave four. I probably would not have taken that short because I don't like to short unless I have more confirmation that we're. I want to see a breaker structure to the upside before I even think about going short, which is probably totally opposite what most people think. But most of the time, what you need, if you want to go short, you need to see a breaker structure to the upside to go short. I want to see a breaker structure so I know that we're starting a correction to the whole trend. Then I want to see three waves. Then I want to see engulfing down to go short. Good trading definitely takes a lot of patience. That's for sure. Definitely. Let's see. Let's see. The Aussie Kiwi. Where we at? Where we at? Let's see. What else do we have on the list? If anybody else would like me to check something, check. Put it in. Kick that bot out. He says. Yeah. It's probably not really necessary. I don't really have people spamming me in the group, so. Oh, nice. Awesome, Tim. That's sweet. Yeah, I know. Those lessons were pretty crazy for the Nifty, weren't they? Yeah, that was a pretty crazy move on the Nifty. Yeah, we already did the euro dollar. Let's see. Gold, we definitely already did gold. CAVA, is that the ticker? Yeah, well, I'll probably cover the euro dollar, pound dollar, and gold one more time on the 1 hour time frame at the end of our meeting, but so far I'm still working my way through the list. So you want me to look at that CAVA? Is that a stock or is that a cryptocurrency? Is that the ticker? CAVA? CAVA? Ooh, CAVA Group. So it's definitely a stock, huh? I'm not rich for my trading. I'll be the first person to admit that I'm not rich for my trading. I do pretty good. I make a pretty good living. I have $100,000 prop firm account, and I have a $40,000 um, personal trading account. Saying so, I make pretty good money from my trading. And a lot of the reasons why I started this membership in the first place was so that I could have a community of like-minded people to bounce ideas off. I spent about from 2011 till 2021, I spent about 10 years in a trading group, which was my mentor's trading group. And he retired, and I spent about a year and a half trading on my own, and I was like, man, I really miss being in a group. I really, really enjoy being in a group of community. So I started a Discord community. I started a YouTube channel so that way I could build a group. And if I'm gonna do YouTube videos and I'm gonna do all this stuff for the community, then I definitely want to at least make some money from it. I make a couple $1,000s a month from my community. I definitely do not get rich from that. I definitely do not make a killer amount of money from my community. I usually make I made about 38,000 euros last year on my trading, and I usually make maybe I don't know, maybe 25 to 30,000 euros a year from my community, and I also make about 20,000 dollars a year from my rental properties in the U.S. So I did well enough with my trading over the past 10 years to buy a rental property with no mortgage. I do not have a mortgage. I bought a rental property with no mortgage, total cash. And I also inherited a property from my mother when she passed away in 2021. And the house required a lot of work, so I spent about $36,000 repairing that property. So I bought a rental property with no mortgage. I inherited a property and fixed it up with no mortgage. And now I own two rental properties. I own a membership program, which is my website, which like I said, out full disclosure, I make about $2,500 a month off of that, which I definitely wouldn't do this for free. So, I mean, that's kind of, I couldn't imagine putting all these hours in and doing it for free. And so I make about, 35,000 a year for my trading, maybe 25,000 a year from my memberships, and about $25,000 a year for my rental properties. But I am definitely on the road. By within the next couple of years, I plan on having a $1 million trading account, and I want to have $10 million in funded accounts. So yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those YouTubers that is cruising around in a Lamborghini saying that I make $10 million a year from trading, because I mean most of those people that do that are completely full of crap, and most of the people that you see on YouTube are completely clueless and completely full of crap about their trading. And I usually share my trading results. I made 7.6% in, see, today's in April, and in June I only made a couple percent. I made like 1.67 June, not June, but May. And yeah, so I'm very open about my trading, definitely. So, anyways, let's keep going. I only got so much time left. Let's see. Boy, this thing is one hell of an uptrend, huh? Let's see. Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, let's see. This is CAVA right here. So, kind of looks like a 345, doesn't it? Kind of looks like it could be a wave one, a wave two, a wave three, a wave four, and a wave five. But I mean, when you're talking about stocks, I mean, you may think it's a wave five, and it may just keep on going. Are you long on this? It looks like it could be in a wave five right now, maybe. Now, when it comes to these stocks, I mean, I'm really just giving you my educated guess, because I don't. I mean, it would take a little bit of time to really dive deep into these, but yeah, I mean, one, two, three waves down, 38% fib. So if this really is a wave five, then most likely it would go about 61% of wave one, of wave three, I mean. So the best way to get a wave five projection is to measure the wave three and project it out the bottom of the wave four. Let me add some fib levels in here real quick. Yeah, well, the most normal place for a fib for a wave five is the 61.8, but that might be a little bit ambitious. I think the 50%, wait, and look at that. That's $100. That's a nice round number. The market loves round numbers, so I think the 50% would probably be a more likely target. Something like that would probably be a more likely, a better target. And especially with that round number being right there, the $100 area, that's probably going to be a really good area for that to potentially turn, definitely. But boy, yeah, it definitely looks like the end of a Kretzen. Looks like a nice little 1, 2, 3 pattern. Definitely. So let's see. We already did the pound dollar. Let's do. Mm. Looks like I got all the requests in. I saw somebody put the Yo Aussie in there, but I think the stream bot might have deleted it or something because you had all capital. I'm long on the Yo Aussie. I've been long on the Yo Aussie for over 2 weeks now. I'm hoping that it goes up and hits this level right here is what I'm hoping happens. It definitely looks like it's a wave A. It looks like a WXY or B, and it looks like it should be turned into an uptrend for a wave C is what it looks like. I've been long for over 2 weeks on this, and I don't have any plans on getting out. And I actually, once we break and hold above structure, I'm going to start loading the boat like until the damn boat is ready to sink. I'm going to start going long every single chance I get once this thing breaks structure and confirms the move. So far, it definitely hasn't really confirmed the move, but I'm still long, still holding long, still looking for longs. I really want to see it go above Strutzer and hold above Strutzer. So far, it really hasn't been able to hold above Strutzer very well. Once it really holds above Strutzer, that's when I'm going to start loading the boat like no tomorrow, just like on the pound Aussie. I'm in this thing twice now, and I'm definitely going to be getting in many more times if it continues to do what we want it to do. I got in once way down here. I'm up about I have my chart open over here. I can tell you how many pips I'm up. And this is a trade that I said with the group at the time of entry. I'm up 230 pips from this entry down here, and I'm up 85 pips from the entry that I got in right here at the bottom of this spike right here. So I'm up 230 pips plus another 85 pips on the pound Aussie, and this is a trade that I said with the group at the time of entry. Ah, you're still in that trade too? Hell yeah, buddy. Awesome. I hope this thing keeps going. I had a little bit of doubts about it, but it definitely, because of the way the pound Kiwi and the euro Kiwi are acting, I had a little bit of doubts about it, but it's definitely looking good. Yeah, well, I would like to see a new pullback. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for more pullbacks. Every single pullback I see from now on, I'm getting in, definitely. Every single one I see. I don't see one yet, but yeah, I'm looking to add. I want to add this. I want to add to this thing like no tomorrow. But I want to do it smart though. I don't want to do it foolish because sometimes adding to your trades foolish can really get you in a lot of trouble. I want to see, decent ABC pullbacks. I want to see decent corrections. I'm not going to get in every single pullback. I'm just going to get in the ones that are decent looking. But yeah, definitely looking to get in again. 100%, definitely. I would like to at least have four entries on the way up. You gotta remember, you gotta think, a normal trend is not gonna have that many pullbacks. A normal trend might look like that. So we get in once here, you get in once here, maybe once there and once there. You gotta be realistic. You're probably only gonna have maybe four entries, maybe five entries on the way up. Unless you're extremely aggressive, which you could be. But just don't be too aggressive because you could get yourself in trouble if you're too aggressive with it. So yeah, let's check out the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and the gold one more time, real quick. Like I was saying before, I don't think I'm not ready to go long yet. But if I'm watching these fib levels like a hawk, if it bounces from a fib level, starts turning back up, I am definitely going to go long on the euro dollar. But I definitely would be a little bit on the cautious side because I think it could possibly, go down a little bit more. Maybe to 61 or something, and then go up. So I'm definitely looking to go long on the euro dollar when it presents an opportunity. Same thing on the pound dollar. Boy, the pound dollar kind of looks like it doesn't even want to go up much more, but I would definitely expect it to go down again. I would like to see it go down to maybe the 61% or maybe the 78%. I actually am a very low risk trader. I usually risk 0.2% per trade. But I'm often in many trades at a time. Last week I think, altogether, I had 11 different currencies that I was in. So, I'm only risking 0.2% per trade, but, I have two trades on the pound Aussie. I got one here. I had 11 different trades all at one time. So, by the time I'm done, usually I have, 2, 3% risk at a time. But I much prefer to spread my risk out. I'm not a big fan of, entering a full 1% per trade because if I enter 1% per trade and I'm in 10 different trades, that's 10% risk on my account. And that could really get you in a lot of trouble if you're not careful. So, awesome, but awesome job. Yeah, I'm only in a few trades now. Still up 113 pips on the Euro Aussie. And I'm up, like I said, 230 pips plus 85 pips on the pound Aussie. So the pound dollar is the same thing. I'm definitely looking to get long. I would be a little cautious because it might go down before it goes up, but I definitely am looking to get long on this. And gold, just like what Menu said, he's the gold man. I would be looking for shorts unless it broke structure dramatically. If it breaks up really hard like that and then makes a pullback, I am going to be going long and maybe building a position on this one too. But until it does that, I think shorts are the way to go. But I think it looks like it needs to make a wave five, doesn't it? If it makes a wave five, rejects this structure, I would go short again. I would definitely be looking for shorts, 100%. Dev, I'm definitely not flexing, that's for sure. I wish I was in lots of trades. I'm only in two trades right now, three trades right now, three different pairs, that is. Definitely not flexing. Trying to hit it hard this month because last month I think I only made about a little less than 2% last month. I didn't do that great last month. Ah, Rebecca, yeah. He's killing it. He's been killing it on those contract trading too, I think. Let's look at the Cad Yen for Vidya because he is a premium member. I want to make sure that he gets his stuff answered. I was thinking that we might have the end of a crescent on these yen pairs. I was thinking that this was here was either a wave A or a wave one. I think it's more likely a one, but it could be a wave A. One, two, three waves down, A, B, C, or B, or possibly two. It probably is more likely B, but it looks like it could be a two. I was hoping that I was going to put a limit order right here and try to get long. It never did hit my target, so it's not really like it matters anyways. Unfortunately, living in Europe, the yen pairs are kind of difficult to trade because they always turn at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm sleeping, which is exactly what happened right here, which is why I'm not long any yen pairs right now. But I definitely would be looking for longs. I definitely would expect this to go up for either a wave C or wave 3, 100%. Yeah, excuse me, sorry, I totally agree. You could be up 5,000 pips and only be up a couple $100 if you're risking small amount of money. I totally agree. That's why I like to look at things as R. A lot of really big traders do that. Like let's say I'm up 3R. That means I'm up three times my risk. I risk the exact same amount of money no matter which currency pair I'm getting in or which pair I get in or what time frame I'm getting in or how many pips I use. I always risk the exact same percentage of my account. So I think that looking at your trades in R is a much better, example. If I risk 0.2% of my account and I'm up, between all my trades I'm up 10R, then that means I'm up 2% on my account. I think looking at your trades in R is a way better example, and that's actually what a lot of really professional traders, like people from the Market Wizard books, actually do. The CAD Yen definitely looks like an ABC, doesn't it? It looks like it should be going up. It looks like it could even be a wave one, two, three, honestly. Definitely looks like that, doesn't it? So I would potentially maybe get long on that. Yeah, no breaker structure, just like Menu said. No breaker structure on gold, no longs. 23.59. Yeah, 23.60, 23.59. I totally 100% agree with Menu on that. Seems like that CAD Yen is going to work out. Boy, it definitely looks like three waves down, doesn't it? On the 30-minute time frame especially, it looks like three waves down, big time. One, two, three waves down. You would definitely think that this would be going up right now, but yeah, kind of slow going. It's probably more likely to go up in the Asian session if it does go up tonight. Probably more likely to once people in Asia wake up. That's probably more likely when it's actually going to go up. So, anyways, definitely make sure you join my Discord community. It is 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. Definitely do join my membership if you are interested in participating in my live trading sessions and if you're interested in participating in my swing trade setups. It's at fxpipcollector.com, which is right here. And I do these live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 4:30 p.m. UK time, GMT plus 1, or at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am American, but I actually live in Europe right now, so I'm actually in the same time zone as Europe, as the UK. So it is 5:35 here right now where I live. And like I said, I do these live streams every day, so definitely make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so that way you don't miss out on my future live streams. And I take requests during these live streams, so definitely if you have something you would like me to look at, stop in tomorrow at the same time, and we will be doing more requests then. So as always, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the evening, and as always,